The Euclid Avenue Streetscape project is an undertaking where we are rebuilding the public right-of-way along Euclid Avenue between Forest Park Avenue and Lindell Boulevard. And it's about a 3-block long project. It doesn't really deal with the private property, so it's basically dealing with the sidewalks, curbs, roadways, public spaces along the street, etc.
Describe the unique aspects of the plan.
Sure. I think there are a couple components of the Euclid streetscape that are going to be particularly interesting for folks. One problem we have on Euclid now is also a blessing. We have a lot of restaurants and a lot of entities who use the public space, and it gives the public space along Euclid its character as a meeting place for people in a vibrant urban commercial district. The downside of that is it's often cluttered and it's difficult for pedestrians to traverse through the area because there's often furniture and other obstacles in their path. So we've wanted to create a walking path through the entire streetscape plan that will allow pedestrians to move through safely and easily. I think that's one very important component. Another important component is we've been very careful to try to ensure that there was full accessibility for all folks to get into the commercial spaces and into the buildings along Euclid by making the sidewalk match up at every doorway so that people can go into those spaces. So those are, I think, two important components around accessibility. The other important component to the Euclid Streetscape Plan is stormwater management. I think everyone on their MSD bills has seen surcharges. That's because we have an antiquated sewer system in St. Louis City, and our sewer system cannot handle the volume of stormwater. And ultimately the problem is that the water flows into the sewers too quickly, and we have a heavy rainstorm. The city, we end up dumping water that is not treated into the Mississippi River, which I think was a surprise to me that that's true, and was a surprise to a lot of people who don't know that. Our streetscape plan is designed as sort of a model project of how you can manage that stormwater to slow the flow of it into the sewers and to treat it so it's less toxic when it goes in to the sewers. When the water hits the street, it picks up a lot of heavy metals, it picks up oil and grime. So we have installed a series of systems like there is porous paving in the driving lanes where the water can seep through and stay on site, so to speak. The other thing we have is a series of what's called rain gardens up and down the corridor, and those rain gardens are going to be very beautiful, and they're going to be a beautification component, but they're also a machine to treat stormwater. So they will slow the flow of water into the sewer, and they will also treat the water in a very interesting way by having the water go through sand filters and such before it goes into the sewer. So it will be cleaner when it gets into the sewer and won't need to be treated as much, hopefully, when it gets to the water treatment facilities.